and thanks for joining us. This is Midday News. Sea piracy has been on a rise around the waters between Midday and Rai coasts, accounting for the loss of lives and thousands of kina worth of goods being lost from unsuspecting outbound motor travelers. Perpetrators strike when there is a rough sea due to bad weather and when police are not patrolling the coast. One does not have to look far to know where these pirates are coming from. They are from the scattered islands just out of Midday town. One young man involved in Piracy surrendered to police last week, giving up the life of being on the run.
Alright, kan surrender. Osem all beluk savelong. Osem you wanam kan man you can surrender. So law and we can walk in this in a way that and by shooting you na shooting law too.
Mi are English per man so mi involved with lava. Mi go come na mi sen. Mi do pirate no gaten. Masin ta sole mi vaccine. Five lanes in on them. One thinking. Me to go me ga family to me no around so no good anytime you find a problem so.
By-election writs for Maprik and Soe open electorates were signed by the Governor-General Thursday at the Government House, signifying the start of this significant constitutional requirement. The Maprik open seat was left vacant after the demise of its late MP last August, while the Soe open seat was vacated by its sitting MP after a Supreme Court decision on grounds of bravery.
By-election activities for Maprik and Sohe open electorates commenced 4 p.m. Thursday after writs were signed and issued by Governor-General Sir Bob Dadai at Government House. While the by-election for Maprik Open comes following the death of sitting MP Gabriel Caprice last August, the Supreme Court last November ordered a by-election for the Sohe Open seat after it declared Henry Amuli's election null and void on grounds that Amuli was aware of bribery being committed during his election campaign. The issue of writs kick off the by-election process of nominations, which close next Thursday, May 2nd. Campaign period ends May 24 and the 4-day polling starts Saturday, May 25. Writs are scheduled to be returned on Tuesday, June 18, 2024. There is a 21-day counting period, with declarations expected to be made on June 18 as well. PNG Electoral Commissioner Simon Sinai appeals to the intending candidates and their supporters to respect the electoral process and assist his field officers carry out their duties as per the election law and regulation. Salome Vincent, TVWAN News.
A rubber factory will be built in the Habao district of Central Province with 10 million kina allocated by the government for this project. Chairlady of the Rubber Board, Josephine Kenny, announced this during the illegal firearm and Ombre equipment surrender program at the Upilima station on Wednesday. She said they are currently looking for a suitable contractor to build the factory. Upilima has been chosen to host the factory because there are many rubber growers in this area.
The Rosa government has given a 10 million kina for Upilima factory. This money no stop at the me, and no start the rubber industry, but you will get a factory. Time no given time to me, but I'm finding you. And money into the business. Time National Executive Council talk 10 million for Upilima factory. This is the money you'll give him. And we start the trade, international trade now. People must walk what them all the party who start back build the factory law here.
To overseas news, Queenslanders have paused to mark the National Day of Remembrance. Hundreds of Anzac Day services were held across the state from major cities to small regional towns, acknowledging the sacrifice made by the nation's servicemen and women.
The familiar sound piercing the dawn and echoing throughout Brisbane's CBD on a day of reflection and remembrance.
By standing shoulder to shoulder, we are continuing a sense of mateship that was demonstrated so powerfully in the trenches, on the seas and in the skies.
Two men who served as peacekeepers connected online for moral support.
We were on the flight deck of the HMAS Tobruk, and he was on the port side, I was on the starboard side, and there was a helicopter between us.
Finally meeting 30 years later.
We're going to make it a yearly tradition now that we've met each other in person.
And on the beaches at Currumbin on the Gold Coast, ashes were scattered at sea in tribute to 25 veterans who recently passed away.
I thought it was very moving. It's a great tribute to the community.
Anzac Day means so much to me because it brings back memories of my father who went over to New Guinea and fought.
From Toowoomba to Rockhampton, more than 450 services and ceremonies were held across Queensland. As the city of Brisbane woke up, thousands lined up for the street parade. Australian flags waving high as servicemen and women from the Army, Navy and Air Force marched the streets.
It was awesome to see so many people, the layers in which people were standing.
Thousands paid tribute in the garrison city of Townsville too.
With official proceedings over, it wouldn't be a day honouring the Anzac spirit without, again, the soldiers played in the trenches, 2 up.
For a lot of people here, it's just a time to connect with people.
For me, it's about remembering those who have served.
And keeping alive the spirit of camaraderie.
South Australians have commemorated those who have served for their country. From North Terrains to the New South Wales border, communities gathered across the state to pay their respect and remember the fallen.
Across South Australia, crowds gathered as the sun rose to remember lives lost or changed forever by war. It was a day to reflect for all generations.
I am always happy to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and come out and remember the people that did save our country and helped us live the life that we have now.
I think that sacrifice can be forgotten. So yeah, it's only 2 events a year that we ask people to think back and remember that all that sacrifice was made.
In the CBD, Chair of the RSL Anzac Day Committee, Ian Smith, says it was an impressive turnout.
It's more than we've ever had since COVID, so I just think it's going from strength to strength. People are really appreciating what we're doing, and that's heartwarming. That's why we do it. So I'm really glad that so many people have come out today.
For families of current service people marching today, like Archer and Aisha, it's a proud day.
We're here to support the people that save our country.
It's really special for me. I feel really proud.
After the solemn commemorations of the morning services, it's a chance to take part in the more light-hearted activities of Anzac Day. For some, it's an opportunity to share memories and build camaraderie.
Because you get to come and catch up with old friends. Got a few old friends that you only see once a year, so it's really good to catch up, see what's been going on and keep those connections from when you're in service.
Along the River Murray, people gathered at Kulkurna Station over the border in New South Wales to pay their respects. While in the southeast, people fared a cool morning to see a fly past over the ocean. Commemorations from across the state.
The Northern Territory government has released its 10-year plan for how to manage crocodile populations across the top end. The plan will mean more crocodiles will be removed each year, but experts say the plan is a step in the right direction.
Just beneath the surface of top-end waterways, but more of the Territory's most dangerous hunters are set to become the hunted.
Because we do see them now increasingly in our public spaces.
The NT government announcing its latest crocodile management plan, aiming to harvest 90,000 eggs every year. It also wants targeting culling in areas frequented by swimmers and an increase in the number of crocodiles being taken from the wild each year, from 300 to 1,200.
We know that that's sustainable. We've got scientific evidence in that to back up those decisions.
The plan comes less than a year after a tourist was bitten on the arm by a crocodile in Litchfield National Park, an incident that reignited debate.
But I think it's time for us to consider, do we need to go back to culling, considering that significant increase in the crocodile population?
Some who have long advocated for sustainable management of the animals say the plan is a step in the right direction.
Things aren't just going to happen instantly. There's landowner involvement, there's industry involvement. So the ability to perhaps do everything that the plan perhaps aims to, is going to be dependent on a bunch of different factors.
The move is also being seen as a win if traditional owners are involved.
Our system is more cultural, sustainable and more culturally appropriate way of managing the numbers of our very important totemic animal.
The chance to take a snap of one of the territory's apex predators has long drawn tourists from across the globe to the top end. Now, both conservationists and tourism operators will be hoping that this new crocodile management plan will ensure the survival of the species for generations to come.
And that's been our news update. To join us for more news and sports at 6 tonight.